What's up? This is Rebel Radio.
What up? What up? This is DJ Newmark.
This is Peanut Butter Wolf.
It's your boy. It's okay.
Keep checking out Rebel Radio.
Rebel Radio.
This is Rebel Radio.
We're in the place right here. Rebel Radio is going down.
Would you say Rebel Radio?
Oh, wait. Let's do it again.
Rebel Radio.
You're listening to Rebel Radio. Welcome back. Aaron is a multidisciplinary artist. His work is all over the streets of Los Angeles and all around the world. And he shares his stories with us today about how he got there, basically by doing whatever the fuck he wanted and getting other people to pay for it. Sounds like a pretty good deal. So we're going to learn how he did that and much more on Rebel Radio.
Every once in a while, if I see someone, I'm like, you need a lollipop. And I need to take pictures.
So,
Nice.
what are you into?
Oh, I have seen those photos.
Yeah.
I think on your Instagram. Okay, wait. So,
Yeah, wait, I want to talk about Aaron.
all right, we're here on Rebel Radio with
What's up?
Aaron Axelrod, our guest today.
Yes.
We share some folks in common. We're just talking about, and one of them is DJ Ski.
Yeah,
so-
very good friend of mine. Very
Nice.
cool dude.
And we
He's a
saw
couple
that
blocks
you-
away, actually.
Yeah, we saw you painted the
Should've invited him
headquarters.
over.
Multiple times.
Nice. Well, welcome, Aaron. Thanks for coming on. and
Thanks
doing
for
this
having
with
me.
us.
Are you from the Valley?
No, I'm from San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
But do I sound like Valley?
I don't know. There's something I thought you were like from the Valley for some reason.
My mom lived in the Valley. Well,
Okay,
she still
there it
does,
is.
but
I spent
some
there's some
time
Valley like aura.
Is that right?
No,
I
he's
think so.
definitely Bay.
That's interesting.
He's definitely Bay, really.
He
All
just
right.
he normally doesn't dress like this, but this is his like studio attire. Always like a black
What
tee.
do you mean? I normally have a
You
black T-shirt on
always
most
wear
days.
black tee to the studio, but it's so bizarre because we videotaped this, so it's just a floating head.
It's just I know up against a black background.
It's tight. I'm
That's
down.
my thing. You
Black,
can't-
dude. Your industry. You're
It's
an
my
industry dude.
camo. Is that what it is?
Black, dude. Black on black on black.
So for those who don't know, what's the Valley aura?
It's just an aura. I don't know. I can't put it in words, dude. It's just something. If you're
He's
from
an
there,
artist.
Okay,
it's just the Valley gives out an aura.
but you're from the
I'm
Valley.
down from the Valley.
Where-
It's not a negative thing,
No,
dude.
no, no. I'm not.
Although some people that I meet,
Yeah.
they hate on the Valley.
Well, it's funny because I grew
Hate.
up.
They hate.
Well, so
What do
you know,
they hate about
as
the Valley?
well,
No,
like
dude.
in the
'Cause
'80s.
we're not from the city. They think we're lame, like suburb dudes.
But also too, it's like in the '80s, the Valley. There was that movie. There was like the whole
What, Boogie Nights?
Valley Girl,
Oh, Valley Girl, yeah. Nicolas
and
Cage.
there was
Dude,
the.
you look like Nicolas Cage
Oh shit!
with
Is
with
that
scruff.
the first time you got that?
I've never heard that before.
Wait,
oh, he's
am I
definitely
right?
no. He's gotten a lot of lookalikes, but not that
I
one.
haven't heard that one. Who do people say you look like?
I have no idea. Without glasses, I don't know. What do I look like, Cassandra?
I don't know. I think you look like Aaron.
Aaron.
You know who I could see is
Who's that?
Barack Obama.
Yeah, Barack Obama for sure.
I get that a lot.
No, is David Arquette.
Spade.
Yeah.
A little bit of
Arquette.
David Arquette.
Shit, that's true.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm down with Arquette. He's
Yeah,
cool.
He
you're
gets
like
up
the
too, you know that?
cool, like artsy version
Well,
of him.
he
He used to paint, right?
really
Yeah, he used to get up.
he's super into art.
Yeah.
And I've seen him a lot of
Yeah,
events.
yeah.
so
He was
that makes
he
sense.
was a like graffiti kid growing up.
I actually have the same taste in women as him. Courtney Cox is
Oh
hot.
yeah, I'm not mad
Is
at
that
that.
the only one? Are there more?
I'm sure there's
Oh,
more.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He's been with a lot.
Well, you should.
Oh, well, no, you mean with like girls that I like?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talking
Do you
about-
guys like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same? You said
No,
you
I
had
don't
the
know.
same.
I just
Just
know
Courtney
that
Cox.
she's hot.
Yeah, she's
Courtney Cox
awesome.
is dope.
Yeah.
So okay.
What's up? Art.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah. So we want to know how.
DJ Ski art. What's up?
Yes.
Psychedelics? What do you want to know?
All that.
We want to know.
We
all
want to
that.
know how you.
Hot
So
girls,
what this show is about
Melting rainbows.
is how do you make a career out of doing what you love?
Yeah.
I think it's just something that I just do.
Well, you don't
I
have to
just-
tell us in one sentence. We'll get there by
Yeah.
the end.
I mean, I never really. Okay, I always wanted to be an artist since I was a little kid, right?
When was your first moment?
Like when I was
remembering
like 4. Like when you're in preschool and the teacher's like, okay, everybody draw what you want to be when you grow up.
Yeah.
Everyone's drawing policeman or fireman or I don't know, president.
yeah.
And I'm like I draw like I want to be an artist.
Yeah.
And again, I was never like really good at it. Like, when you're young, everyone kind of draws the same shit, same
course.
skills.
Yeah.
Everyone has this level playing field. But I think I was just happiest doing that, and because I was happiest doing that, I kept doing it. The more I did it, the better I got. The more people were like, "Oh shit, Aaron, that's cool." Even so I just kept doing it because of that. And my parents were super stoked. They were just like, "Oh shit, you're happy right now? Here, let's just keep giving you art supplies and
Yeah.
sending you to art classes." And so then, but I had no one. I always knew I wanted to be an artist, but I didn't know what that meant, right? Because I had no one in my family that I could be like, yo, Uncle Stuart, like, how do I do this? What road do I need to take? And then no one in my family, no friends, like, knew any artists, like artists, right? So I had no one to ask, like, the road to take to, like, become that. But then after a while, like, I got 18, you know, you meet people, and then like, oh, you know, you should, would you be down to, like, paint this picture for this? I was like, all right, cool. And then they paid me. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then...
What was your first paid art gig?
My first, like, big time paid art gig?
Just like the first money you
like,
you
even
got.
if it was $10.
Somebody put money in your hand for...
I think,
doing
like,
art.
when I was, like, 13 or something, like, it was like a...
That's so young.
I got paid to, like, do something. I was getting paid to do art since I was, like, a teenager.
Nice.
Then I went to, oh, shit, you know what? Now you made me, like, think my first real shit. So I went to Cal Arts, right? Fucking place changed my life, dude. I used to think, like, being an artist, like a good artist, meant being able to, like, draw shit really realistic, like a photo, right? But then I was able to accomplish that when I was, like, 18.
Right.
I was like, wait, and it got boring, like, it wasn't fun to do.
Right, yeah.
So then I went to Cal Arts, and then, you know, it was all about, like, all right, it's not necessarily like your technical ability. It's like anyone can learn a technical ability. It's like a craft. The more you practice it, the better you'll get, right? So then, okay, you have this ability. What do you want to do with that technical ability? Why do you want to do that, right? Yeah. So it made me think of art as more conceptual. And then as I was in school, I got hired to do. It turns out Christian Audige hired me to do, like, a line for Von Dutch, right? Wow. So then I started doing a bunch of shit, and I told all my buddies, yo, I'm doing, like, a line for Von Dutch. And at the time, like, that was cool, even though it's whack as fuck, dude. That shit's whack as fuck. I'll tell you right now, I didn't like it. But it was cool, right? I got paid a lot of money to do designs. But then I had a meeting with this dude in Beverly Hills. He was like, yo, it's not going to be for Von Dutch anymore. It's going to be for my new brand called Ed Hardy. I was like, wait, what? What the fuck is that? And so I had to go back to Cal Arts, told my friends, oh, fuck, it's not Von Dutch, it's Ed Hardy. They're like, what the fuck is that? So I felt really bad because it's a brand no one fucking heard of. It's like nothing.
Right.
It turned out my fucking shit was like the first line for Ed Hardy, and Ed Hardy blew the fuck up. Nice. I know, it's insane. Nice. It's not something I, like, try to, that's not even on my, like, resume or shit. But
you don't.
Yeah, I don't talk about it because I think it's lame. But it's, like, an interesting thing.
Did you stay in touch with Christian over the years?
No, I haven't. No. He actually died this year, right?
No way.
Yeah, he died earlier this year.
No way.
I actually, his friend, so when I did all my designs, and I drove to his house in Beverly Hills to, like, give him designs, and he wrote me a fat check. But then his, like, buddy was there, and he was like, oh, Aaron, he's like some Moroccan dude. He's like, oh, I want you to do designs now for me, too. I ended up doing designs for him. He didn't pay me. I ended up suing him.
Oh, shit.
And he paid me a lot of money. I won that case. But it was fucked up. He knows a lot of shady people.
Does that happen a lot as an artist? Like, you're chasing people for cash?
Okay, so this is the thing. So because I started out very young doing business as an artist, most of my fuck-ups, right? Like, I was green, but I was able to be green when I wasn't really paying my bills, right? I was, like, in school, right? So I wasn't, like, supporting myself, like paying rent, car payments. So it was better that I was able to, like, make all these rookie mistakes and learning the business when I was young. So by the time I became an adult, like, I never had to, like, have any legal problems, like, as an adult. Because I know how to protect myself now, and it just doesn't happen. I know how to spot a red flag. You know, that before I'd be like, oh, wait, oh, fuck it, I'll do it.
Sure.
And contract
now
stuff and
we talked
people
about
supporting me.
So now you're repped by Windish.
Well, Windish is like an agency.
Right.
I have management now, Trudy Green Management.
Okay.
She, I think, manages Aerosmith right now.
Oh, wow. So you have all that, but starting out, right, as an artist, there's not all that's not really available to you, so you got to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I had to figure it out on my own, and, you know, it was rough. I had to chase people down, like, dude, the secretary at Small Claims Court in Van Nuys Courthouse, that was like my buddy. Yeah. I had to take people to court all the time just because I was young and people were shady. They didn't want to pay me because they thought they could get away with it. But I ended up being like, yo, I actually know the system really well. I'll fucking sue you.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, that doesn't happen anymore. Everything's super legit. But it was a very good learning experience. It showed me the ropes early on. And so now, as the years go on, I'm just more seasoned, you know.
Well, I'm guessing it teaches you that, you know, you gotta mind your own business.
Oh yeah,
right?
and look, in the end, you have to look out for yourself. Like, you have to know the ins and outs of business, even though, like, no matter how big you are, whether you're a Kanye or someone just starting right out of art school,
Yeah.
you know, like, you have to know the business. Let's say you get like a management and you're not good with like numbers or the business side of things, and you just let your management just take care of stuff. A lot of things can get fucked up
Sure.
if you don't know like what's
Right.
up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you need to understand the ins and outs of your business
Yeah.
before you hand it off to someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they might be shady, or they might just have different priorities.
Exactly,
than you, or
exactly,
they may,
exactly. And a lot of times it's it's honest mistakes that people
Right.
might make, and you need to be able to check.
Right.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
How much of the managing the business side affects like you as an artist? You know, like, because if I'm having a bad day
Yeah.
because somebody's fucking up my business, I don't
Yeah.
know how creative I can be.
Yeah, well, it's an issue. I mean, I used to think like being an artist meant like 99% you're making art. Fuck no. Hell
Yeah.
no, dude. 99% of it isn't making art.
Right.
It's on the phone. It's
Yeah.
conference calls. It's meetings, right? It's networking.
Yeah.
Only a very small percentage of that is the actual making of art. Obviously, that is the part that I love,
Sure.
right? But you have to you can't just be a lazy dude
Right.
and not like keep making moves.
Yeah, I think that's a common, misunderstanding that you think, in any like art
Yeah.
endeavor, whether it's music or whatever, right? That you think you're just going to spend 100% of your time doing that.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
and the reason why most artists probably think that's probably why not that many people know living artists,
Right.
Yeah.
because they're not making a living because they're not down to do all that footwork and they're
Right.
lazy.
Yeah.
Not that they're not dope,
Yeah.
but they're not down to put in the footwork
Sure.
and hustle.
Yeah, I read something recently that said it was talking about like content creation, right? But it was like, 20% of your time should go to creating the content,
Yeah.
and 80% is going to go to marketing, distributing, like getting it out there.
It's very important. It's very
Yeah.
important.
Can we talk about your philosophy on creating art without permission? I've had many conversations with artists that just on their philosophy on life is like,
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like Dave Cho is like the first one to be like, shut up, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you kind of said that in your piece when you did that, but can you, tell us a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think it's very, very important to if an artist has an idea, just to do it. Not to be censored by whether you think you're going to get in trouble, not to be censored by whether a certain group of people that is a fan base might not like you anymore, or a girl's going to think you're whack now, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or like,
stripping the ego.
yeah, exactly. Totally. I mean, that as well. It's just very important. It just keeps you, it builds your brand. People will respect you. They understand that you're not doing something that's for something else or for another type of cause, or you just have an idea and you just want to express that idea. A lot of times, so for instance, like if you want to, okay, like a building I'm doing now, I don't want to say the names because I'm still working for like permits and stuff like that. But a lot of times you have an idea and it's so grand, right? You want to do it in a public space and you're relying, but it's so much money you can't like flip the bill yourself. So you have to go to like these big brands and sponsors.
Right.
And so you're telling them, okay, I'm doing this. I want to take over this building. And they're like, all right, cool. But are we going to get in trouble? And sometimes you just have to be like, no,
Right.
But then other times they're like, oh, but you need like permits
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, so it's kind of annoying. So you just have to kind of just do it sometimes,
Sure.
you know? And-
So you've done a bunch of stuff with brands,
Yeah.
right? And I've always found, an interesting relationship where a brand is sort of like patron of the arts, because, obviously as an artist.
It can be. Some artists, when they talk with brands, they let the brand kind of determine what they're going to make art about.
Right.
And that's fine. It's art, and so there isn't really a right or wrong way to do anything. But for me, I have like thousands of ideas, right? And so I use the brand to pay for the art that I want to do, right? So some artists like make art based on what the brand like tells them to do. for me, it's like I have all these ideas, but I can't necessarily pay to make them. So I try to find brands that might be a good match, and then they might be down to underwrite that, right?
Yeah.
And then it's a win-win too. Because a lot of times you don't want like these big, like let's just say Red Bull, like logos all over your art, because then people are like, that's not art.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's cooler, and I think the cool brands understand that they just want to just support that dope art, and then people will be like, oh shit, they're into like that, doing like really cool stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think the reason they want you is because you have a vision, you know how to execute it, right? And you know, a brand that makes candy or soda or whatever, right? Like they don't know how to make art. That's not what they do.
No, totally. You know, I have a crazy story about that. I'm not going to name the name of this company, but it was interesting because it happened kind of, it was very recent, and it was a big company, very big project. And there was like a board of directors that are involved that have to make the decision, like vote on stuff. And so they came to me, Aaron, we want you to like do this huge like installation for us. Can you before we like agree and before we okay it, can you give us the idea of what you want to do, or give us sketches, right? And I told them no, like, you know, that is because that's doing that's the main part. That's all the work.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The actual execution,
Right.
I could knock that shit out quick as fuck. That's not even the work.
Yeah, you can
It's
get a
the
machine to do
idea.
that
It's
part.
me for a week in my hot shower thinking, fuck, what am I gonna do? 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 You know, that's but so they, you know what I'm saying? So I told them no, that you have to hire me, and then I'll just do whatever the fuck I want. They're like, damn. And then this shit was like, Aaron, I mean, it's a board, you know, we can't do that. I'm like, well, it is what it is. That's how I work.
Right.
Hour later, she calls me back, Aaron, like, it's approved.
Right.
But I think they want to see that confidence too.
But
right?
it also, I think they definitely want to see the confidence. I think it goes back to what you said before, right, about sort of censoring yourself.
Yeah.
Right, like and that's more of the corporate mentality is like, we can't do this, we can't do that.
Yeah, because
whatever.
of all these legal
And that's
issues.
why I think, you know, but the smart ones, like you said, they'll appreciate somebody that's like, look, we're going to do this my way, or go find someone else.
Yeah.
You know?
But see, most artists, they'll be like, oh, okay, they'll like play that fucking thing. And if they do that, that opens up a whole new can of worms.
Right.
Because then they're like, oh, we'll change this to this. Oh, we don't like that color. Can you use more of this
Absolutely.
green?
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
oh my God.
Yeah.
So once you give them a little, it's done.
Right.
Yeah, for me, that's the difference between hiring a designer
Right?
versus partnering with an artist.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Mindless wrist.
Have you ever had an experience where you produced something and somebody was okay with it, and then they didn't necessarily like the outcome, and you were like, well, that's what I do?
I mean, if they did, they never told me that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's always a possibility.
Yeah.
What's been the
Get it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get it out.
yeah, we'll
Get it
there.
out, dude.
This is why we're not live.
Because we'll just be staring at the camera.
What gave you the confidence? Like, how'd you get to the point to have that confidence?
I think
That's a good question.
just doing it all my life, year after year, making thousands
10,000
of
hours.
Exactly. Malcolm Gladwell's the man. That was a very good book, Outliers. But it's not something that you can just get overnight. It's just doing something so much, and every time you do something, it's kind of like, okay, I never have to like get ready because I'm always ready for no matter what the fuck is gonna happen.
Dude, you're
I'm
making
just ready.
sugar-free references now.
Is that a sugar-free reference?
Yeah.
That's tight. But you feel me?
Yeah.
But it's so true. If you have to get ready, you're never gonna be ready.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
just
dope.
ready. Like right now, if fucking some motherfucker came in here like, yo, Aaron, do a mural right here. Here's fucking 50K. I'm like, what's up? Boom.
Yeah,
I'll just throw down.
Hey,
Or if
I'll
need
do
to,
it too if you threw.
You know what I'm
threw me
saying?
50K. It won't look good.
No, but or if fucking Dan Rather comes in here, yo, Tom Brokaw, yo, I'm interviewing
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
I'm just ready. I don't have to get ready.
So is the process just working and just doing work and just constantly
It's just being
like
super
doing
exactly, just getting to the point where that it's not. I don't separate my work from my private life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is one thing. It is one entity. Most people, that's not like that. They totally separate it. Friday, boom, they fucking cut off.
Yeah.
Right? They're doing their own thing, which is cool. And I think the reason why most people do that is they're not working as their passion.
Right.
And so I think that's probably the reason.
Absolutely.
But I'm fortunate enough to have that passion, and that is my life.
Yeah.
There is no difference. Every day, like, dude, I don't even know what day is today. Monday? Tuesday. Every day is every day is the same.
Yeah.
It's not. There is no break.
Yeah.
Like Monday is the same as Sunday to me. You know what I'm saying? There is no. It's just the same. So, and because I have that art is my life. That's just how I'm living. I don't even know what the fuck your question was, dude. But I think my point is that I am me. I embody that.
Yeah.
Right.
And because I am like, it's not. I'm just saying it. Like that is what it is.
Yeah.
And because I have that it's just a natural confidence.
Did you ever have breaking points where you're like, I can't do this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm an artist. I think a lot of creatives have that. There's highs and lows. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
You're gonna have highs,
Right.
and you're gonna have some fucking lows.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's not a
Right.
straight line. It's not like I'm an accountant.
Right.
Yeah.
And every day it's very comfortable.
Right.
You know.
But I think that's common across successful people.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
You know, Mark Zuckerberg he's not working a 40-hour week.
Yeah.
Going, oh, it's Saturday. Let's talk about.
Yeah.
Fuck that, right? Like, shit's
Totally.
gotta
They
get
ask me
done.
how people ask me like how many hours a week do you work? I'm like, dude, what do you mean?
All of them.
Yeah, I don't even
Like,
see how that
what
could be
the
a
fuck does that
question
mean?
to an artist.
Do you know what's annoying?
That's
This is
fine.
what's annoying to me too, because it's fucked up. I like thought about this shit and I'm like, oh my god, the world is against creatives. This is what I mean. Check this out. All right, I'm gonna try to break this down. All right, as an artist or any creative or anyone that just wants to work and just be successful, have their own business or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, during the week, a work week, right? So no matter, in order to like talk to people or get shit done wise, you have to take off Saturday and Sunday, right? The whole fucking year. So that means now you're left with 5 days a week you could work, right? Friday, you can't hit anyone up to do anything Friday because they're getting ready for those 2 days they don't fucking work,
Absolutely.
right? Then that's 3 days off the fucking week. You can't fucking do shit just because no one else wants to do shit. Then Monday, you can't hit anyone on Monday because they're all fucking struggling,
Right.
getting all the
To
shit
catch
to catch up with those 3 fucking days they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
What? That's 4 days out of the week. Then you're left with 3 days, right? Then check this out. December, that whole fucking month
Null and
gone.
void.
You might as well not do shit. So that's fucking a whole month out of the fucking year.
Yep.
Right? Then summer, what the fuck? No one does shit fucking summer.
Summer hours.
Right?
Yeah.
So, okay, check it. So that's fucking, dude, you're like, that's 3 months out of the 12. So that's 9 months. Then fucking, what I say, that's less than half then you only have the 3 days during that fucking week you work. So, dude, what is that? That's like fucking 4 months out of the whole year you could actually get shit done.
Yep.
It is fucking retarded. I hate the weekend. Everyone loves the weekend. I hate the weekend because I like to work all fucking time.
Yeah.
There isn't a, like, oh shit, I can only have ideas Tuesday through fucking Thursday. Nah, what the fuck? That doesn't happen.
Right.
That shit will happen random, right?
Oh my God, that's
and I want to be able to get shit done.
That's true.
But now there's some people that are involved in my team that are on that same mentality, same hustle, and so that's really good. But if you're working with brands or Disney or whoever the fuck, it's hard to
Sure.
to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
that was a ramble. I don't know how the fuck I came on that, but you feel me though?
I totally. Yeah.
So
totally
annoying.
agree.
It's
Yeah.
so annoying, right?
It is, but it's also like. I think you have to kind of compartmentalize it the other way.
Yeah.
Which is like, so I have 7 days
Yeah.
when I can get shit done.
Yeah.
But this kind of work, I'm only going to get done Tuesday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Right. So when I need to connect with, the corporate 9 to 5 types, like I know that's my window there. So then I have this other time to do other things. Right. And
No, I mean, it is what it is. So
Yeah.
you have, since that is the reality, I mean,
Right.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, you have to
you
learn
got
to
to
deal
kind
with
of
that.
plan accordingly.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, when I thought about it once, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's insane.
It is insane. It's insane. I mean, but that's why, it takes so long for shit to get done. People
Yeah.
talk about, especially at big companies, they talk about, they're trying to turn an ocean liner to like change the way they do
Oh my
things.
God.
But that's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
Is because, the legal folks,
The bureaucracy.
Yeah, the bureaucracy, like they leave at 5 o'clock.
Right.
We always
On the
have-
dot.
Oh yeah. And we have, we talk about, our clients, like their number one priority, go home at 5.
Yeah.
Right? Now that means we got to have shit taken care of so that they can do that.
Yeah.
They can feel
Yeah.
secure that their brand is in our hands and everything is cool. But you can't be, they're not the people that we could hit up at 10 o'clock at night. Go, hey, I have an idea for you.
But I like those people.
Sure. Yeah.
Those people
absolutely.
are dope.
Yeah, I don't
The
mind
ski
that.
dudes.
Absolutely.
The-
Yeah, no
down.
doubt.
down.
And that's why, cats like that will be successful
Yeah.
because they find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
So have there been mentors? I know you said early on you were sort of figuring things out on your own. Like,
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, there have been some mentors. I think a big one was I used to intern at this company called Sinegar. Do you know what that company? It's a big advertising house.
Okay.
And the creative director, his name's Alan Hunter. He has his own like advertising company now, and he kind of really schooled me on more of the commercial side of things, right? I thought I used to want to go into advertising, like to come up with like cool ideas and stuff. But after like being there for like a couple years, I saw, and there's so many talented people that worked in that industry, but the part that I hated, none of those guys got credit for anything.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't deal with that. If I had a great idea and I don't get credit for that, dude, there isn't enough money in the world that would let me do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So off the bat, I was like, okay, fuck this. And all those guys, they're like, dude, Aaron, you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like soul sucking.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Because it's like, and when they go back at home at 5 or whenever, well, actually, it wasn't those kind of hours. They were working like 80-hour weeks.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely.
But they didn't do their own art.
Right.
And so it made them hate art.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, fuck
That's
this. I can't do
crazy.
this.
Yeah.
They were making dough, like serious dough. But, oh my God, no. I want my name on all my ideas.
Yeah. No, I think in the ad business, creatives get kind of a bad rap, even though they get a lot of the money, but they get like, for just being egomaniacs, right?
Yeah.
But I think you can sort of understand why, right? Because
I totally get it.
They're tasked with creating. They don't get the credit. They don't even get the final say because a lot of times the clients will like change shit and mess everything up.
Dude, I get it. I totally get it. And that's cool. That's that industry.
Yeah. But not for you.
Well, and again, I'm not saying I'm an ad man. I'm an artist, right? But there is an aspect of my work that I can definitely incorporate brands and pop culture and music and all these different things.
Right.
But there are ways to do that and still get credit as an artist. You just have to kind of be, think of creative ways to do that.
Sure.
And that's what I'm able to do.
So most of your art we see outside, not in galleries.
Right. Well, yeah.
Why?
This is what I think. The gallery system, who goes to galleries? When was the last time you were at a gallery? Well, maybe you.
Last Saturday.
We
Oh,
went to
really?
Hammer
I went to
Museum. That was
Shepherd's.
the
I
last
went
one.
to Subliminal.
Well, all right. That's you guys. But I feel that
Most people don't go to galleries.
most people don't go to galleries,
Yeah.
right? So the audience is super limited. Maybe the top 1%? I'm not talking about just like how much money someone makes, just that percent of people go to galleries. No one knows what the fuck a gallery is, right? So you're limiting your audience. I personally think that art is for the masses, right? I think that a lot of people get a lot out of art. I think that high art has turned into a very elitist thing. I don't really like that. And all galleries, so you're going to make art for this white box, for a room. I mean, I could do that. I've done that before. It's just not interesting to me. You know, I don't like to think in a box. I like to make art outside of that box. I mean, that might sound cheesy, actually, now that I think about what I just said. Outside the box.
No, I get it.
But that literally and physically is what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're making you make art in a box. I've seen dope art in galleries. I'm not fucking knocking that. But that's just not my interest. And I used to really be into like doing these canvases, right? But then I'm like, oh my God, this is so... it wasn't fun. Making art was not fun anymore. You know, I was doing stuff like that. I was at galleries, stuff like that all the time, commissions, doing paintings. But it just got to the point where it's not fun.
Sure.
And I was like depressed. I'm like, oh my God, is this what I'm going to do? I wanted to be an artist all my life, and this is what it is. I'm in my studio alone doing these fucking things. Like, oh my God. And then it's a painting, and it's going to go in a pile.
Yeah.
And even if someone buys it, where's this painting going to go that I spent fucking months on? In some rich dude's couch.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky.
Right.
If it's a big collector, it's going to go in their storage.
Yeah, it goes in storage, yeah.
So I'm like, why am I doing this? again, I'm not knocking it because art, there is no rules.
Right.
But for me, that's not. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So
No, it's funny you say that because obviously, any serious collectors. I was talking to Shepard's wife the other night at Subliminal Projects, and I asked her, what do you guys do with all your art? Because I know they have like a serious collection, right?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, most of it's in storage.
Right.
Because you can't. No one has a house that big, right? Like
Totally.
You can't display all of it. So that means somewhere in the back of your mind, you have this piece, but you don't even get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll never see the light of day. It'll
Right.
get passed down generation to generation in the rich family.
Yeah.
And it'll just, dude, that's depressing.
Sure.
Right.
I'm not making art for
Yeah.
it not to be seen.
Yeah.
And that part of the art world, for the most part, that's what you're doing.
Right.
You're making art for it not to be seen.
Yeah.
In fact, most galleries, there isn't huge signage on these galleries.
Right.
They don't want fucking everybody to come in there.
Right. They want buyers.
They want buyers. They don't they don't even really advertise. They
Right.
keep themselves very isolated.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so stupid.
What's your mission as an artist? I know you've done some really cool pieces about, the press.
Yeah.
But is that your mission, trying to speak the truth?
Yeah, I think that I don't claim to have answers or some answers or all the answers. I never have. I think my goal is just to pose questions and to get people to think and ask questions about what's going on around them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my goal. Because everybody will look at any piece of art and everyone will have their own, will look through it with their own lens, right?
Right.
And so that's why when a lot of people sometimes ask me, yo, Aaron, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know. What do you think it means?
Right.
Some people get really angry.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what if I was dead? And you couldn't ask. You don't have a brain. You couldn't, what do you
Wikipedia.
think? Huh?
Then we'd look you up on Wikipedia.
Yeah,
See what
exactly.
the picture meant.
But that Wikipedia thing isn't going to tell that artist what that
Oh,
piece
yeah.
means.
Right.
So, and then, sometimes they'll think, and what's interesting is every time I'll ask that, different people will, every time, without a doubt, no one ever gives me the same answer as someone else.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think
really
that
cool.
is the most interesting part about art,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that people only ask visual artists that stupid question. Why don't you ask a fucking musician? You never hear all these
Right.
people, yo, what does that song mean? Right? Or these techno guys or just Beethoven or any
Right.
of these just like producers.
Yeah.
What does that beat mean?
Right.
What do you mean, what does that beat mean, dude? How does that beat make you feel?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's interesting, right? Because I think, for the most part, at least in vocal music, the message is a lot more direct. Right.
Sometimes, but a lot of times they're using metaphors and
Sure.
they're kind of just but yeah, it could have an underlying message.
Yeah.
But in a lot of times in rap, every
Right.
line, it talks about a whole different subject.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like there isn't one cohesive, but you're right. Some songs have a message and some don't.
Right.
And I try to explain that to people too. There are no rules in art. Some art might have an actual message and some might not.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of music, music plays a role in what you create.
Oh my God. I feel that I wish I was a musician.
Do you?
Fuck yeah, dude. First of all, musicians get all the chicks. Without a doubt. Out of all the arts, right? Right?
Yeah.
What's up? They get all the girls, all of
Yeah.
them, the rock stars.
Sure.
Well, damn, that's why.
Okay.
That's so
No,
funny.
but okay, beyond that, I feel that of all the arts, music actually I get the most emotion
Yeah.
listening to music
Yeah.
than looking at
Transcendental, for
exactly,
sure.
totally, than looking at amazing painting. I've looked at so many amazing art pieces, and there's never been a time where I'm like, oh shit. I
Right.
feel that. Maybe some
Yeah.
people it happens, but with me it doesn't.
Sure.
It's always like a song that I'm
Right.
like, oh my God, dude, and I need to replay that shit, and it
Right.
transports me to some place.
So,
It's a tool. That's the most important tool to make my art is music.
so what music specifically?
Oh my God, dude, all music. There, every different type of music puts you in a different place. I
So-
listen to anything from Bob Dylan to Radiohead to Wu-Tang, to
Okay.
to Flying Lotus to everything.
Yeah.
I love it all, dude. It's the most amazing, dude. Music is the most amazing thing in the world. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, dude, it's sick. I could be painting something, let's just say to Bob Dylan, it would look like something else.
Uh-huh.
Then I'd be like, fuck, I put on some fucking 36 chambers to look totally different.
Yeah.
It totally changes your mood.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, or fuck, if let's say I'm about to call a girl, fuck, I need to put on some fucking Joni real quick, get me, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the time that I noticed that, or not, no, there's a lot of times, but when I realized that music is the most powerful thing in the world, was I did these ayahuasca experiences, right, ayahuasca ceremonies. And during these ayahuasca ceremonies, for those that don't know what that is, it's this like drink that a lot of people compare it to psychedelics, but it's not. It's more of a spiritual thing, and it kind of just transcends you to like the plant kingdom, right? It's very, very insane. You go to other dimensions. But during these ceremonies, you have a shaman who does these ancient like chants and plays the drums and other instruments, and he kind of acts as a snake charmer. And what's interesting is that the ayahuasca that you drink gets energized, right? Gets woken up when he like is on the drums, right? And the reason is because, and they explain this to you afterwards too, why it awakens up this thing, because you're like peaking 80 times. And the reason is, so as he's doing these drums, it's all like a beat, right? And all life is based on a beat, right? You have a heart. Like when the beat stops, you're dead. Right? So all life is based on this beat. So when he's doing this beat, that's when this fucking living thing, it's like it energizes you, and it's like, oh my God. And then it's like it stops, and it's like, oh, all the energy's gone. It's like, but it's the first time that it actually like, I was able to like mentally understand all that stuff, like based on a beat. Oh yeah, music's fucking crazy. But this is the first time it was like shown to me, like, oh shit, this is insane. Holy shit, this is so powerful. Such a powerful thing. It's beautiful.
Do you think as an artist you have to allow yourself to go through those transcendental experiences, whether it's music or psychedelics?
Yeah, I think the most important thing as any creative is doing things that you've never done before, putting yourself into situations that you're uncomfortable with, right? That's the only way you learn. If you're just gonna like listen to the same music all day for all your life, or just live in the same city, or not travel, or not meet different types of people,
right?
You're never gonna grow. You're never gonna learn. You're gonna be boring, which means you're gonna make art about boring things, right? So that's why I just like to experience different things. I like, psychedelics.
Yeah.
I like meeting different types of people. I love learning about new music, love learning about new cultures, love eating different types of food.
Yeah.
All that stuff. It's just new experiences.
Yeah.
As many as you possibly can have. That will just encourage you to make different things and look in the world in different ways you never thought were possible. So yeah, totally going back to that. I definitely think that psychedelics are very, very powerful, and it shows what it does is you're able to connect dots that you never knew could connect. That's why it's such an amazing thing.
Right.
Not necessarily the drug aspect. That's not the cool part about psychedelics. It changes your mind and allows your mind to just see things in a different way. That's what's so cool about them.
So, and for music specifically, how do you go about challenging yourself to discover new music? Like, are there certain sources that you turn to?
Honestly, KCRW.
Yeah.
I love KCRW, and I'm really good friends with a bunch of people at the station, so it's funny. Every once in a while, they'll like send me like a mixtape. Like, yo, Aaron, here's some new shit. I'm like, fuck yeah. So they'll do that.
Nice.
Then it's just, the internet, like all these different like pitchforks and that kind of stuff, or just having like friends in the music industry that are weird as fuck, that don't like rap and fucking weird music. They like totally other things. They're like, yo, Aaron, check this out. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Just having different types of people that like music, but like different types of music, and we talk about it, and that's how I love it, dude. Anytime someone has some new shit, let me hear the new shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone that doesn't like music. I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
That's interesting. I haven't thought of it that way, but I definitely know I don't relate to them.
Yeah.
Like, they're not my kind of people.
I mean, trust. That's very
yeah.
powerful.
No, that's a fair. No, that's a fair way to put it.
But how can you not like? That means you're not like a person.
No, but it's funny. Some people they're not touched in the same way.
Yeah, they're not touched.
And,
totally.
And then I
can't relate.
Those aren't people I want to hang out with.
Totally.
And what about artists though? Who's had an impact on you?
Like visual artists?
Yeah.
I'm really into this guy named Vic Muniz. He's from Brazil.
Nice.
Are you Brazilian?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
just don't
That's
speak-
why you're dope.
Cassie holds
That's
it
why
down
you're
from
sick.
Brazil.
Really?
That's why I don't. But I don't speak Portuguese, so I'm like a fake Brazilian. I just look the part.
Whoa, that's the part that matters. That's tight, dude. This guy's from Brazil, and why I like him, he makes art out of just everyday things. You know, like ketchup or toy soldiers or just random shit, and he makes the most beautiful things ever. Hershey's syrup. So I'm really into him. He's really fucking dope.
For some reason Brazil has they just have a great art scene.
Oh yeah, any place in the world that has just culture,
Yeah.
like has a lot of dope music, has a lot of great food, they're gonna probably have really great art too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like Brazil. Have you been?
I have never been, but I definitely need to go.
Yeah, you definitely need to go.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Was it Carnival? Is that what it
Well,
Yeah,
was?
that's a big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's
I'll be there in December.
But even just
Sick.
driving through Rio, there's the power boxes
Yeah.
on the streets, and like there's this one street where every power box has a different mural on it,
Oh, crazy.
and it's all just
It's
ill
pretty, right?
Brazilian graffiti. Yeah,
That's why, dude, these like mural laws in these
Right.
cities, like these
Yeah.
guys are lame, dude. That makes the city dope.
yeah.
Are you up on all those kind of laws, or you don't even give a fuck?
Well, the thing is, I mean,
Well,
it's
you
not.
definitely have to give a
I
fuck.
have to give a fuck, but they change all the time.
It was.
Right.
Is it
So
still?
many
It was a
ordinances.
felony in L.A.
Yeah,
For a
you have.
minute.
That's the thing, dude. I don't fucking know.
Right.
It's just annoying that there are people, because this
Yeah.
is the thing that's stupid. How you get a city or a part of a community to raise like its value, you get the artists in there,
Yeah.
right? And once the artists are in there, then all these fucking lawyers come in, they raise the rents.
Of course.
But then but then they're against art.
Right.
It's just so stupid. It's
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's so retarded. You want them to do that. That's what makes this place, that's what makes a community like culturally significant.
What's hot in LA right now?
Like the area?
Yeah.
To be honest, this is going to sound weird. Okay, it used to be like Chinatown for a little bit. Then it was Culver City. That was like a big art capital. Now they're saying downtown is getting better. It's not like that, but I think Hollywood actually.
Oh yeah.
So many, like right in this area. Oh my God, you have Regan Projects that just opened up. Michael Cohn's right here. Matthew Marks is opening a big space. Dude, it's insane. It's all right here.
Yeah.
And all these galleries are,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like not just like little rinky-dink,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
world-respected gallery right here in Hollywood. So I think Hollywood is definitely becoming like the main like attraction. And I heard Gagosian's moving to Hollywood,
Oh,
West
nice.
Hollywood.
So wait, give us some more artists that have been important
I
to
mean,
you.
dude, Kaz is dope. Banksy's dope. Gerhard Richter's the man. He's like a big like abstract German painter. It's really fucking. He's the man. Harmony Korine. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, sure.
He's
Gummo.
sick, dude.
Kids, Gummo.
Gummo, but he also is a painter too. But
Oh,
why
really?
I like him is because most of those other artists that I named, they're strictly painting, sculpture.
Yeah.
But see, what I like painting, sculpture, performance art, film, video, all the visual arts. And Harmony Korine, he's an artist that actually works in all of the above. So I really, really like that. David Lynch is another one that kind of transcends just the fine art stuff to all
Right. the
the types of art.
Yeah. He has coffee. In
coffee.
Whole Foods, there's like David Lynch
Oh
coffee.
yeah, I
Crazy.
had that shit. Dude, I was on the board for a little bit of the David Lynch Foundation, where it's all
Yeah,
about
so
meditation.
I want to talk to you about that. I saw that video of you talking about meditation.
Yeah.
So I'm a meditator.
Do you do
and,
like the TM
no,
stuff?
I kind
Just
of
do your thing. Yeah,
just-
there
yeah.
isn't one right way.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
But
Yeah.
so talk about that. How did you come into that, and what does it do
Yeah,
for
so
you?
there was like a point in my like life where I was like, oh my God, there's just too much. I'm just too stressed out. There's too much going on. I don't know. There's all these different roads
Yeah.
that I could just go on. I don't know which fucking one. Just fucking wigging the fuck out.
Right.
Then I heard about Vipassana. Vipassana meditation. And it was like an 11-day, it's this 11-day silent meditation retreat. You're not allowed to talk to anybody.
Wow.
You're not allowed to look at anybody's eyes because that's a form of communication. You can't exercise, you can't read. It's basically like insane, right?
That
Yeah.
sounds insane.
That is
Very
crazy.
insane. And so you're cut off from the world. And I was like, you know what? I'm not a meditator. I have bad ADD, ADHD. I don't even know if I'm able to do that. But I think the only way I'd be able to do that is if I'm cut off from everything, like no phone.
Yeah, you're forced.
Yeah, exactly. You're forced, right?
Wow.
You don't have all these distractions. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. So I went there. It was in Joshua Tree. And it ended up being the most amazing
I want to do that
experience of my life. Dude, and what's really cool about it, it's free. It's like 100% free.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Free room and board.
Wow.
It's all based on donation. So at the end, you pay whatever you want.
Right.
But it's fucking beautiful.
Oh, I have to get that from you before you leave.
It's so sick. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I have to do something.
So I was like, I just needed to push like a reset button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it never stops.
My computer's always on.
Yeah.
For fucking a long time.
Sure.
I just needed to turn it off and on real quick.
And so do you
I don't.
Do you have a meditation practice now?
No, I don't. And it's really bad. But it's all these distractions, dude. I can't get myself to do it. I'm telling you, I had to go to this place. That was the only way for me to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I don't know if this will help. But I've tried a bunch of stuff. I haven't tried that, but I've done a lot of like Buddhist and yoga meditation over the years. And the one that's really been easy to incorporate into like my routine, it's just, as stupid as it sounds, it's an app. It's called Headspace. Yeah. And you set it for 10, 15, or 20 minutes.
Is it like oming and stuff? Like
No. It's not that. It's a guy talking. He's got a British accent, so he sounds really smart. And he just kind of.
They sound smart.
Oh yeah. So, but anyway.
Morgan Freeman. I want Morgan Freeman to guide me.
Yeah, that's like probably more than $300. I was thinking like, Morgan Freeman's getting older, and like, they should just have him record like every sound.
Every book on the planet.
Just everything, just while they can,
right?
But so there's this app called Headspace, and and what for me it's just like I sit down, I press play, I listen to the thing, and he guides me through it, and I do it for 15 minutes, and then I'm out, and it just gives me that. There's probably maybe better experiences,
dude, whichever works.
But it's the fact that like it forces me to do it every day and kind of keep up with it.
Yeah.
That's dope. Cass, you do it?
Yeah, I do it because of him, actually.
Oh, really?
I mean,
James too. Are you doing it still?
Yeah,
we're all.
But I like it doesn't ever stop. The distractions are always going to keep coming, and you may go through your spurts where you're like super meditative and then you're not. But like hitting the reset button, or at least being aware that you need to do it, is so key.
It is key.
I mean, for me, every time I travel or when I do start my meditation runs, I'm like so much more aware of everything around me.
No, it's awesome. It makes everything clear.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part about doing it is like getting your brain not to think about anything.
Yeah.
And dude, that I first I was like, that's impossible, right? That's everyone that says that, I mean, they're full of shit.
It's an impossible task. Yeah.
But dude, I did this fucking Vipassana thing.
Yeah.
It took me. You like learn how to like, because in order to first meditate correctly, you have to first clear your head.
Right.
That's like the most important thing.
Sure.
So that reason why this is 11 days, it took like on the 4th or 5th day, that's when, dude, I cleared my fucking head, dude. I didn't think about anything. It's possible. It was insane. Oh my God. And it was interesting because that's when trying to, in that amount of time, that 4 or 5 days, everyone's a little different, but pretty much it takes about 4 or 5 days, unless you're like, you like do it all the time. But to first like learn how to do it, because everybody, there's something on everybody's mind that's just always fucking there. So let's say someone's a heroin addict, right? All they're fucking thinking about is heroin. That's what's keeping their mind from going blank. Sure. Or it's girls. That's what's keeping, or their mom, or their fucking sister's sick, or there's some shit. Their work. There's something that's when you're trying to get your mind to go blank. There's on everyone's mind. You think constantly. It's there, and that's what you're trying to kick.
Yeah.
For me, dude, and again, I had no idea what it was gonna be, right? But it was girls, dude. It was so annoying. I couldn't fucking stop thinking about girls.
Yeah.
And after a while, on the 3rd day, I was pissed. I was like, really, Aaron? That's so lame. That's what the fuck it is? That's so stupid. But then I like kicked it. Not that I'm like gay now, but I like that's not like the only thing on my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. And then like it was like I remember like the moment where it was like, oh. And then it was like a weight, dude. That was like, like that. And then I was able just to like fucking go on my med, and I cried 50 billion. It was amazing, like where you're able to go after you clear your mind.
Sure.
But it was very crazy, dude.
Wow.
That's why they say some people go if you're addicted to cigarettes or heroin or whatever, because it just makes you not. You go to battle with your mind.
Every
crazy.
day.
Dude, and your mind is crazy.
It's every day.
Your
It's
mind
a
is insane. I used to think that, like every day, like when I'm like in my bed or in my shower, that's when you're able to like just go inside, right? Fuck that. Hell no. You don't.
Yeah.
The only time I was really able to really go inside and see me was during this experience. It was
Interesting.
crazy, dude.
That's a
Insane,
trip.
bro. It's a trip and a half. Do that shit.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
I'm in for
Yeah.
that. Well, so something that stands out. I was talking to Garth Trinidad on the show, and this idea came up that when you're a creative person, you know, these kind of floodgates open, and I think that's a little bit what you're talking about, right? And you just need to, like, it's kind of what you're saying. Like, most people never really express their creativity, but then I think when you do, like, you need to feed that. You need to express more and more and more.
Yeah.
And so what's there for you? I mean, you talked about music, like, what stops you from picking up? Do you want to play a set for us now? We can
Throw down. I'll get down.
live on Rebel Radio.
Oh my God.
We're gonna
Let's do it.
All right, our first Rebel Radio live session with Aaron Axelrod.
Let's throw down. Do you have a violin?
No,
Fuck.
we don't.
Sorry, I can't do it.
Everything is a xylophone.
I don't know what that
Vibraphone.
is.
No, I'm just kidding. But what stops you from taking up music, or what is, like, what else are you gonna express that you haven't gotten to yet?
I mean, everything. I think that I haven't even reached a little % of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And also that's another reason why I like to do so many different types of art, is because there's so many different ways that I want to express myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times, like, an idea isn't necessarily right for a painting, right? Or right for sculpture. It's right for a performance.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. So that's why I try to, like, learn about all these different types of techniques, different types of creating art, learn about different types of technologies, like the melting rainbow stuff. Like, I want to learn. I want to do new stuff. I don't want to keep doing if I already did something, I don't want to do that again. So I think it's the curiosity that I have. I have a really crazy curiosity. And because I have that crazy curiosity, that's what motivates me, is the new. What else? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have any. I know that's the driving force. Actually, is my curiosity. That's what's gonna kill me. Probably is my curiosity, but that's also what's gonna make me live happy too.
Absolutely. So just thinking about sort of the career and how your career evolves, like. I know we talked about the first time you got paid. Like, what about, like, what would you consider to be, like, the first kind of big break?
First big break? Damn, there is probably a couple big breaks. 3. I think there's 3. When I was 18, I got hired to do one of those angel statues in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was cool because I was, like, the youngest. By, like, far of anyone that got chosen to do that, and it was the first thing that kind of put me on the map in LA, and I was super young, dude. So that was that led to a lot of things. Then the next was I was asked to do one of the Barack Obama portraits for his first inauguration. That put me on another fucking echelon. I was right across from the Shepherd Hope thing in DC. But then recently, the part that kind of put me more on, like, a huge stage was MySpace for their relaunch. They asked me to be, like, one of the faces for their new campaign. So they did, like, a commercial on me. It was, like, me. One was Riff Raff. One was Hit Boy. I think one was Pharrell or something. But they chose me to be, like, the face of the visual aspect. And so they did, like, a 30-second ad spot that, like, ran the national, like, commercials. That was fucking huge. That was really big.
Yeah.
Because I've never really seen a visual artist get that kind of like press.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. I mean,
like, that's very rare. But
obviously, the number of artists that will get hit up walking down the street.
Yeah,
pretty small in America, especially.
Everywhere, like
probably anywhere.
It's not. You have the musicians, the actors, and the athletes.
Yeah, it's very few. You
right.
know. So what does that do then for your career, and what does it do? to your head? Like after that, you know, you see yourself on TV and, you know, people are like, oh, I saw you on that spot. Like, what happens next?
Well, the more people that look, it's
But like, what's the next day like?
the next day.
Yeah, or like the next.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
ice cream, you're excited.
Lots of text messages.
Right.
And lots of text messages from girls that I haven't heard from in like 5 years.
This is the
Nice.
thing.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you just want to say hi.
Exactly.
How I think about it is being an artist and being successful. First of all, learning how to say that correctly is you're casting a net, right? You never know what you're gonna catch, right? You're not like casting a line, right, to hope for like one fish. You're not fishing for one specific fish. You cast a net in the fucking ocean, and then you pull it up and you see what gets caught, right?
Yeah.
So doing all these big projects, the MySpace commercial, the Obama picture, portrait, the big buildings that I do.
This show.
Yeah, totally this show. It allows my net to be bigger.
Right.
So I'm able to cast a bigger net, which in turn will get me more things and opportunities. That's all it does. All those things. I hope I never am able to say it's this one thing that made me.
Right.
Because if I'm able to say that, that's pretty lame.
Yeah, sure.
Right? It shouldn't be one thing.
No, I think for people that really have like successful careers, that's not just a one hit thing. It's like that. It's what you're talking about. It's a series of things.
It's a series of events, and to be able to keep momentum.
Right.
That's very important too. Like you get one thing, all right, cool. Don't rest on those laurels. Keep that wheel spinning.
So yeah, do you use that? Like, does that make you work harder when
Totally.
you got the thing and you're like, okay, let me charge to the next hill.
Well, yeah, because it gives you like a jolt of like, oh, okay, tight.
Yeah.
I got that. Awesome. Like not everything I'm doing is retarded, falling on deaf ears, right? It's resonating, obviously. Totally. I mean, that motivates me. If I didn't get anything, I'd be so unmotivated.
Right. Yeah. And then what about those times when you're not catching anything?
Those are fucked up times. I don't like those times.
So is there something that helps you push through that?
No. You just got to get over that.
Just charge it.
You just got to fucking deal with that.
Yeah.
It'll end eventually.
Yeah.
Go to
But
Joshua Tree.
Go to Joshua Tree. And again, that's why it's so important to have a network of people that kind of help you get through those things, that help motivate you. Because if you're just a loner, didn't go out, didn't have like buddies, friends, right? I bet that would be so hard to get out of those funks.
Yeah.
You didn't have people that forced you and pushed you. Come on, Axel, fucker. Fucking do that shit.
Oh my
God, okay,
that's
dog.
so funny.
Right. And who's that for you? Is that like homies?
There's so many people.
But it's like homies you grew up with? Is it
people,
it family? Is it
all the above. People I grew up with, family, people that I work with.
Yeah.
All those people, everybody. You never know who is gonna be the person that comes out of the woodwork. A lot of times it's random people.
Right.
That I'm like, oh fuck, thanks, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool when you get those surprises.
Yeah. So it's those surprises, and that's what makes waking up like really cool, because you never know where inspiration is gonna come from, or your next motivating move is gonna come from.
Yeah.
That's what's so interesting.
Do you keep a notebook around?
No, I don't. I should keep a journal.
You have your phone. No, you keep everything in your notes.
I should though. It's so fucked up. Because as you know, you get older, you start kind of forgetting about certain important things.
For sure. And you're like, oh, I'm going to remember that. And then you totally forget it.
Don't.
That happens to me quite a few times where I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea.
Plus someday you're going to want to write a book and you like, you just have to make shit up.
Fuck it, I'm down. No, suck.
Nice. Well, thanks for doing this, man. I appreciate it. It's great
fun.
getting to know you.
Very fun.
And, I love the stuff you're doing. And we'll keep watching for more. Come back anytime you want to promote something.
Yeah.
Dope.
And Josh has to come to your next event.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
No doubt.
I'm down.
Let us
Make
know.
it happen.
Well, thanks a lot,
So
man.
we'll have to hire you.
Aaron Axelrod on Rebel Radio. Thank you.
Later.
That was Aaron Axelrod on Rebel Radio. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, rewind to the beginning and listen all the way over again, and then do that 3 more times. Also, don't forget to hit us on Twitter at Rebel Radio Net. And if you're on iTunes, leave us a comment. Maybe leave like a 6 or 7 star review. See if they'll let you do that. And otherwise, come back next week for more on Rebel Radio.